Hey Cancer, what's going on? My name's Indra. Welcome to your reading. I will see you in just a second. Welcome back, Cancer. Great to have you here. Yeah, wow, crazy energies right now, eh? Very potent. What do you make of it? Let's see. I'd love to hear from you all in the comments. Um, just before we start, I do want to extend a hand out and say that if there is anyone out there who wants me to pray for them, it is now part of my practice, my spiritual practice, to do so. So yeah, just if you would like me to pray for you, um, and sort of yeah, just send light your way. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to do that. Um, I hope to in time build up like a prayer list where I can just sort of pray for people. Just briefly, maybe tell me like some details, what you're going through, what your hopes are, etc. And yeah, I will absolutely do that for you. Okay, so before we begin as well, I would just like to say a prayer. So feel free to join me as well, Cancer. So here we go. Okay, there we go. So let's go. Do a little bit of a shuffle again. I've already pre-shuffled, but it's always nice to sort of just give it one final going over before we get started, especially now that you're watching. I just find it sort of helps. Okay, hope you're having a lovely time at the moment. I know it's very potent, full of. I feel it's just full of electricity right now. The air, man. I don't know. It's just very potent. Okay, so we will be doing a Celtic cross for you today. If you've never viewed me before, yeah, my name is Indra, and I'm a new YouTuber on YouTube, a new tarot reader on YouTube. Uh, Thank you so much for being here. So, Page of Pentacles for your bottom of the card, bottom of the deck rather. I have to be honest with you, I'm quite bunged up right now. I've got kind of like a cold thing going on. I feel like it's like food allergies. I'm in the process right now of basically eliminating like so many things from my diet, um, in the hopes that this will go away soon. So apologies for that. I might need to sort of, if I feel a sneeze or something coming on, I might need to sort of edit it out for you. So I will do that for you as well. I will edit it out. So if it sort of jumps, if the video sort of jumps here and there, that's why. Okay, Cancer, there we go. So, as I was saying to you before, Page of Pentacles for the bottom of the deck. Okay. Hmm. Are you learning something right now? Are you picking up a new skill? Maybe going back to school? Maybe you're starting school? Maybe you're only sort of like, I don't know, what age do they go to like sort of university, like college, whatever? I don't know, maybe like 17, 18? I don't know. Maybe you're that age, I don't know. Obviously, general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. But yeah, so Page of Pentacles is a card of his practicality. Did I show you? Yeah, I think I did, didn't I? Okay, there we go. So yeah, Page of Pentacles is a card of practicality. He is dependable, so you can depend on him. He is studious, so he studies a lot. He is disciplined, and he is academic. So yeah, I just feel like maybe you could be studying something. Um, so also just before we move on, Page of Pentacles, sorry, Pentacles energy is very much like fixed to like the material world. Um, it could be to do with like nature, resources, finances, health. So we'll come back to that. So for your current energies, we have the Queen of Wands. So And just before we get into the Queen of Wands, with this card here, the bottom of the deck, what I'll be doing is sort of like pivoting off of that card as I see fit, as and when I see fit, intuitively kind of thing. So, yeah, so if your current energies, you have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is determined. She is uh, she's authentic. She is confident. She's fearless and passionate. So, huh. So we've got that for your current energies. For what's crossing you, or either helping you or hindering you, currently right now is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is a card of a call to action, movement, momentum, speed, and like swiftness, and also flow. It can indicate sort of like things flowing more freely, stagnant energy being sort of like what would you call it? Sort of like defeated, and movement, prevails essentially. So that's a cool one, man. I'm interested to sort of dive into this. So first of all, like absolutely, I've got to say wand energy here, right? So there's a lot of wand energy. Now, wand energy can represent sort of willpower, creativity, passion, inspiration, energy. So it seems like you've got a lot of energy right now. Again, what I was saying to you earlier, before I started the reading, is that we're into a very potent time. So there's a lot of energy about right now, and as I've just noticed as well, there's tons of wand energy. Crazy, literally crazy. The whole reading is wands. Like literally, we've got the Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Like that is insane. So yeah, I can't wait to be diving into this reading. How crazy. Um, whew, so yeah, lots of energy right now. You could be feeling very inspired. It could be perhaps to do with career, with the, as I said, the Page of Pentacles here could represent like career, like all the pages are to do with like study and youth and like so yeah, and like learning as well. So, it could very well be to do with your career here. Either way, yeah, sorry, before I get to that. So the Queen of Wands here, your current energy. So you could be feeling very like courageous towards something, inspired, energized to like move forward and flow in the direction that you want to flow in. Sorry about that. I had to shut my window because there was an annoying noise coming from it. So where was I? I honestly lost where I was at. So sorry about that. But yeah, okay, moving on. Let's see what comes through because I literally totally forgot where I was at. So in your basis of the reading, we have the Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands is a card of hard work, responsibility, mm, approaching the finish line, uh, heavy load. It could represent like having a heavy load, so sort of like a burden, and then also finally being devoted to something. So I feel like you've been devoted to something for a while, and it could be to do with your career, and and yeah, it seems like the end is in sight. Seems like you're approaching the finish line. That's great. In the area of the recent past, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is stern. He is he can embody clarity. Okay, so he thinks clearly, etc. He is logical. Um, he is disciplined, and he is truthful. Sorry, no, he's a critical thinker. It can represent truth though, actually. So it just seems to me like you've had to really use your intellect on this one. So I'm very much picking up that this is a career reading right now, to be honest with you, quite strongly. The Yeah, so it seems like you've had to really be disciplined and hmm, maybe I mean I'm just gonna guess right now your career it could be sort of like science based, it could be technological based, maybe coding or I mean it could be anything really using the mind. So I'm not gonna guess, but much more than that. But okay, so in the recent past you had to be disciplined, you had to really focus yourself and kind of be like kind of stoic or something and just kind of and engage with your mind a lot. So hmm, I've just thought, like, usually I read the potential outcome first, like next rather, but I'm being drawn right now to this one next, but huh, so which is the near future. Huh, okay, well, let's go with that one for now. Let's try it. So in your in your near future, we have the Seven of Wands. Again, strong wand energy in this reading. It's insane. Um, so the Seven of Wands is a card of determination, um, perseverance, passion, uh, inner strength, like summoning your inner strength, and also standing up for something. So, okay. Obviously, one energy, willpower, energy, creativity, passion, inspiration. Uh, for your near future. So it seems to me like, I don't know, right now it could be sort of continuing like this sort of like I mean, that makes sense. So, like, right now, the base of the reading is that it's the end is in sight, essentially. The finish line is in sight, okay? But it's not there yet, right? So it could just mean one more push sort of thing. It could be talking about one more push before the finish line, essentially, and that's going to be coming in your near future. So that's what I'm picking up right now. So I'm going to run with it. In your area of self, we have the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is a card of victory, is a card of um, fame. It could be a card of fame, uh, passion, confidence, attainment, and success. So I see you being very bold here in general, um, and very kind of like motivated and focused and charging towards victory, essentially. Being being successful in what you do. You could be attracting kind of like recognition from your peers, from anyone in your life. You could be attracting sort of like watchful eyes, like in a positive sense. Well, also I should say maybe in a negative sense as well, because people say that this character here, I believe, isn't happy. Like he's jealous of this guy. If you don't know, this card is, to me anyway, I don't know if this is like official, but like for me, I've always envisioned this card as kind of like someone who's just like, for example, a village is in danger, okay, from this and is being terrorized from this dragon, okay, kind of like Smaug character from Lord of the Rings, and so they needed a hero to stand up and defeat this dragon, okay. And now, like, this guy, he's stepped up and he's basically gone to the dragon, like, killed the dragon, and returned victorious, essentially. And now he's returned to the village, and they're basically, like, he's like lording it, essentially. He's basking in his glory, essentially. Um, so that could be you right now, that could be the energy that you're embodying right now. For the area of your environment, we've had Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is a card of determination again, uh, perseverance, boundaries, having to enforce boundaries. Um, Another card of inner strength, much like the Seven of Wands, and finally victory. Hmm. So it could have been a tough road. That's what I'm getting. It's like a kind of like a tough road for you. It's not come easy. It's been very much like, you know, having to survive and really focus yourself and really kind of like and that could be talking about here actually, with the King of Swords. So obviously he wields the sword, and obviously like the sword is a weapon, right? So he's had to maybe cut the head off certain things to be graphic, to be dramatic even. Like it's like, you know, in life to be successful, a lot of the time we do have to cut things out of our life, right? So it could have been like very much like that. Um, you've had to really kind of summon your inner reserves of strength and endurance and what would you call it? Uh, just grit, basically grit and determination to really sort of get this sort of career, uh, what would you call it, like rolling, essentially. And you've really worked hard. I'm imagining almost like you having to like push start a car and stuff like this, like if like or like pumping up an engine or something, vroom, vroom, vroom. And you've had to work hard at this. But honestly, it's basically in the air now. It's like, you've almost took off, I feel. The end is in sight, the final push. So definitely keep going. Don't give up is the message. Do not give up. Okay, so in the area of your hopes and fears, so we've got the Queen of Cups. That's interesting. So the Queen of Cups is emotional. She is tender, supportive, nurturing, loving. I just feel like your emotions. I just feel like it's talking about the emotions here. So your hopes is that like you can continue to kind of like what would you call it? Like overcome your emotions in order to be successful, in order to reach your destination, right? Um, and obviously on the flip side, your fears is also the same. So, because that's how it works. Hopes and fears are always attached, essentially, come hand in hand. So your fears is that like your emotions will get the worst of you, right? And you'll sort of maybe cave, sort of thing, and give up. But I just don't see that in the reading. So in the area of your potential outcome, so here we go. So this is the interesting part that I was sort of talking to you about earlier, where I read this card first and then left these two to the end, the potential outcome and the outcome. So yeah, before we get to the outcome itself, we've got the judgment. So the judgment card is number 20 in the major arcana. It can represent awakening. Um, it can represent, let's see, rebirth, which is great for you in this reading. It can represent sort of like the call, so like almost like angels, your guides, you know, encouraging you to sort of like, um, ascend, essentially, ascend to new heights of your career, of life in general, right? Your purpose, even. Um, what else do we have? Yeah, it can be a card of being put back on track as well. So if you felt like you were falling off in the past for some reason, this is a really good sign that you're being aligned, essentially, like realigned to your purpose and and to success and to basically living your best life here on earth right now. Um, and it can represent also letting go. So obviously when the angels, when God, when the universe kind of like blesses us with a new life, that's great and everything. But then at the same time, it comes with it. Well, in some cases, in many cases, in fact, it can come with kind of like this period of like having to let go, right, of the old in order to fully step into the new, right? So it looks really good. But yeah, the Seven of Cups is your outcome. So the Seven of Cups is a card of dreams, dreaming, like daydreaming as well. It's a card of avoidance, distraction, inactivity, and finally fantasy. Which I don't feel like kind of suits the reading. For one, I'm picking up that you're going to have many. It's like I also sometimes see this card as very much like many options, right? Many options to have available to you. Okay, so I definitely picked it up here, kind of just with how the readings kind of flowed. I just feel like it's nothing but positivity, and it's like saying to you that you're gonna have many options in the future, many roads for you to choose, right, and to go down and pursue. Um, hmm. So that's basically your reading, but I'm just gonna sort of tap in for a moment, see if there's any last messages that I've sort of skipped over. I suppose I could touch on this again for a moment. So yeah, the Eight of Wands being here can represent like just as I spoke to you about earlier, like flow. Okay, so things can just flow more. Um, and things can really happen fast here because the Eight of Wands being here, it's a card of speed and like fast movement and uh, momentum even. And so, yeah, it just feels like this could really happen quick for you if you know the end's near. This is what I'm getting here. The end is near. The sight, the end is in sight. So definitely, this is the time to really hunker down and just freaking execute. So I'm going to leave it here, Cancer. But I really enjoyed this reading. I hope it was to your liking. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, definitely hit that like button. It really helps me. I'm a new channel. Subscribe for more readings. I'm basically posting a reading every single day for every sign in the zodiac. So maybe like you'll probably get like between 2 to 3 readings for your sign. For your sun sign at least. We have many signs, but yeah, you'll probably get about 2 to 3 readings every month. Uh, and I have lots planned for the channel in the future of it. So yeah, I am Indra Montes. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and yeah, you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.